Hello and welcome to this live action demonstration of the DS-1200 high efficiency mailing solution. The DS-1200 has plenty of innovative features that we'll be touching on during this short film. For this demonstration though, we want to focus on one particular benefit that truly sets the system apart from anything else on the market, and that's the ease and speed with which you're able to change from one mailing job to another. With the DS-1200, it's literally a matter of minutes. We're going to run 3 mailing jobs in succession, one transactional, one marketing and one personalised. That's a total of 1200 envelopes in around 12 minutes. We're also going to film the process using 2 cameras, each in a single take. And the single take's very important because it means you'll be seeing each job change in real time, without any cuts or creative editing. You'll be seeing the changeover process exactly as it happens. And in the third window, we've got a direct feed from the DS-1200 control screen to show what the system's doing at every point in the sequence. So, to start off, the first of our 3 tasks will be a transactional mailing. Our operator uses the touchscreen to select it from the job menu. He then resets the machine, ready to start. Now, with everything set, he can move over to the envelope feeder to load the envelopes he'll be using. And for this job, they are DL sized, with a window for the address. The documents that are being mailed will be fed in from the high-speed cutter, and we'll see that close up in just a second. So, with the envelopes all loaded, we're ready to go. The operator goes back to the touchscreen and presses start. While the system adjusts itself, it takes a few moments to walk over and check the cutter module, where the documents will be fed in. So everything's looking fine. And now the system started feeding the documents through. So we can step back and wait for the first batch of envelopes to be processed. And you can see that the letters are being taken into the cutter on a 2-up basis. The sheets are then slit down the centre and fed into the 2 levels of the cutter to be cut to length. And now the roving camera is going to head across to the other side of the machine, so we can take a look at what happens when the envelopes have been filled and start emerging at the other end. And here you can see that the control screen bottom left matches the live screen on the machine. So now we're going to take a look at the envelope printer. Because this job uses window envelopes and the recipient address is printed on the document itself, it's been programmed in pass-through mode, so the envelopes are simply flowing through without anything being printed. So now we move along to the output, where the completed envelopes are being stacked vertically in the correct order on the conveyor, suitable for loading into postal trays. And he's having a quick look at one of them to check it's okay, and yes it is. Okay, he's happy with that. So using the remote control, he brings the first stage of this demonstration to an end. He takes a divider and fits it on the stacker after the batch of completed envelopes. That's one job complete. So now straight away we're ready to call up the next job, which is going to be a typical marketing flyer. And as before, he selects job menu, marketing this time, and then resets the machine, ready to start again. Back at the envelope feeder, he removes any unused envelopes from the last job. And now he's replacing those with a fresh batch of C5 envelopes all ready for the new job. Now for this job, the flyers are going to be processed from one of the system's insert feeders, and these are simply going to be loaded onto the conveyor. The separation and feed will be set automatically when the new job starts. So now that's all done, the operator can start the job, this time using the remote control. And then he heads back to the control screen to make sure everything is adjusting to the new size of document and envelope, which it is. And he takes time for a final check of the envelope feeder, before going over to the management system to view the progress of the job. So here we can see that the insert feeder has adjusted automatically to the thickness of the marketing flyers, and is reliably separating and feeding them one at a time. And as we come around, you'll notice that the operator is using the management system to analyse various graphs of the system's performance. Now, because this job is not using personalised documents, the envelopes will need to be printed with each recipient's details, so a lot of the action takes place at the envelope printer. You may remember the printer was in pass-through mode, in keeping with the transactional nature of the first job. For the marketing job, it's in mail shop mode, and here we can see the envelopes flowing through again, this time being printed with each new set of details from the database. For this job, what the operator's done is program the machine to jog every 50th envelope free from the rest, so they're easy to check. In this case, you'll notice we're simply printing the next customer number, but this would normally be a full address, or possibly even your logo. And what he's looking for here is to see that the numbers on each envelope have been correctly printed in sequence. Now at this point, a colleague has come in from the printer with a trolley full of new letters, and these are going to be used in the third and final job of the sequence. That means it's time to end this job. So he presses Auto End on the remote, which brings things to a close. He waits a few moments for the final envelopes to emerge. Then he moves all the completed ones along the conveyor to make space. Now he inserts the next divider, which allows the stacker to adjust itself automatically for the next job. And there we have it, a marketing job finished. Now, the process for changing to the third and final job is just as you've already seen. And this time, it's a variable page personalised mailing. So once again, we're back at the control screen. Job menu, select Personalised, acknowledge the message, then reset, and we're ready to go. As before, the operator replaces any leftover envelopes from the previous job with a new batch, this time plain DL envelopes. And you'll notice it's just as easy to go down in envelope size as it was to go up. Next, he needs to go over to the sheep feeder he'll be using for this job, so that he can change the trolleys. Out comes the empty one, and then he simply inserts the new trolley loaded with documents into the feeder. Now we're ready to begin the third and final job. As with every job change, when the operator presses start, several things happen. Each of the fold plates adjusts to the correct position, and all of the track, insertion and output sections adjust to the new envelope size. The reader automatically adjusts its position to read the barcode on each page of the job, and the trolley platform is lifted so the documents can begin feeding. It's also worth mentioning that as each barcode is read, it's displayed on a second information screen, allowing verification and peace of mind throughout the job. And as we watch the envelopes feeding, we can see the speed of the machine constantly displayed on the control screen. And you'll notice that it drops slightly for a 3-page document, but immediately recovers to a consistent level. Okay, as with the marketing job, the envelopes are going to be printed, but this time the system is set to matching mode. This means the details are read from each document's barcode right at the beginning of its path through the system, and then looked up in the database as each envelope is completed. And here you can see the printing in progress. And, as before, the latest completed envelopes coming out onto the vertical stacker. Now, the operator moves across to check the matching process is working successfully. So he removes one at random from the stack, opens it, and makes sure that the account number on the outside is the same as on the document inside. Okay, and now he's seen that we're approaching 1200 envelopes, which was our objective for this demonstration, and so he hits auto end for the last time. And here's the last envelope being counted. So there you have it, 3 different applications, 1200 envelopes, 1 machine and 1 operator, with a seamless and fully automatic change between each job. Thanks very much for watching this live demonstration of the Neopost DS-1200.